Hi everyone! Renata here from Crafty Renata. Welcome back to my channel. Let me start by wishing you a very happy new year. I hope you had great holidays and you got to spend it with some of your loved ones. And I really hope 2022 is going to be an awesome year for all of us, and I just hope a lot of your dreams may come true and you just thrive in every aspect of your life. And I just really hope that for you and wish that for you. In my previous video, I showed you the planner I planned on the planner I planned on using, yes, the planner I planned on using this year, in this new year, and it's the Law of Attraction Life Planner. I have started it. It's really fun. It's a lot of work to get used to filling so much in, but it is a lot of fun. And I mentioned that I like making my own planner stickers, so since I'm making some new ones anyway, I thought it might be fun to just show you guys how I do it, because some of you might think it's interesting. Even if you don't plan on making your own, it might be fun to see how I do it, and you may want to start making your own as well. So that's what we're doing today. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. You're gonna need a silhouette machine, white printer sticker paper, a printer, and digital images of your choice. I will link everything you need in the description box, and next week I'm going to show you another way to make stickers that doesn't require a cutting machine, so stay tuned for that. You can use any digital images you like to turn into stickers. Now, I have a paying premium subscription for this particular image website, freepik.com, so that's where I get a lot of my images. Not sponsored, by the way, I just like this website. Right-click on the JPEG and then select Open in Silhouette Studio, which is a software that came with your Silhouette machine. The size of the image is pretty big, so let's resize it so that it fits onto our page and it's easier to work with. Let's open the tracing window by clicking the Trace button in the sidebar and then clicking Select Trace Area. And then we click and drag the gray box so that it covers our image. First, we want to isolate our image from its background, so we slide the threshold slider to the right until most or all of our image is yellow. When clicking the Trace and Detach setting, the image should be detached. We can now go ahead and grab that image and move it, and then click and delete the leftover background. Now we want to create a cut line so that our stickers will be cut nicely by our Silhouette machine. Let's click Select Trace Area again and drag the gray box so that it covers our image. Then sliding the threshold slider to the right until most or all of our image is yellow. This time we click Trace Outer Edge. When we grab the image and move it, there is now a red line where the machine will cut. Because I prefer having a little bit of white space around my stickers, and I also don't want it to cut out all of the little spikes here, we're gonna create an offset. To do so, let's select the red outline and open the offset window by clicking the offset button in the sidebar. Then we'll choose offset, and using the distance slider, we'll create an offset line. Once the thickness is what we want, we can now remove the inner red line, which we don't need anymore, by clicking and deleting it. Now let's position our image inside of the cut line. Perfect! I already made a file with lots of stickers, so let's copy our new one, making sure to include the cut line, and then open the pre-made sticker file. My file has two layers, a layer that has all of the images on it and a layer that has all of the cut lines on it. It's not necessary to use layers, but I think it makes things easier. Note that you don't get the option to use layers in the free Silhouette Studio version, only in the Designer Edition, which is an upgrade you can purchase to get some additional features. So let's paste our image and cut lines onto the images layer and resize, rotate, and position the sticker where we want it. Then we place the cut line onto the cut lines layer by cutting and pasting it. Let's check if all of our cut lines are indeed on one layer and all of our images are on the other layer. Great! Now, Here's a very important thing that has to be correct in order to get your images to be cut perfectly: the page settings. Make sure the correct silhouette machine is selected in the machine and cutting mat sections. In this case, that's silhouette portrait. Do not select auto portrait, as print and cut won't work correctly when you do that. Also, make sure the media size is set to the correct measurements your sticker paper is. In my case, that's A4 size. Just check what it says on the box of your sticker paper. Then we need to turn our registration marks on. When they're turned off, you see a white surface. When they're turned on, you get these shaded areas. Everything we want to print and cut needs to be on the white areas, so nothing should be placed on top of the shaded areas. When we print our file, it'll also print this black square and the black corner lines. Let's grab some of our white sticker paper, place it into our printer, and in the case of my printer, register the paper. Go to File, Print, edit your printer settings if necessary, and print. Everything has been printed correctly, so now we can load the printed sticker paper into our silhouette machine. There are markings on the cutting mat that we need to line up with our paper. Depending on the size of your paper, you'll have to line it up in a different way. My sticker paper is A4 size, so it needs to be lined up with the A4 marking. Let's turn the machine on and make sure that our blade is set to 1. Let's take the blade out by turning the blue handle to the left, then twisting the blade until it is set to 1, and putting it back into the blade holder, turning the blue handle to the right to make sure it is secure in the machine. Now we're going to feed the mat into our machine, making sure the markings on the cutting mat are lined up with the same markings on the machine, and then pressing the mat feed button on the machine. Okay, we are ready to cut our stickers. Let's change the visibility of the layers so that only the cut layer is visible. Then click Send. The cut window will open, and now we want to change the settings so that the material is set to sticker paper white, the action is set to cut, and the blade depth will be set to 1. Now let's click Send. The machine will start scanning your registration marks, and when it has successfully been able to do so, it will start cutting. Scanning the registration marks can sometimes get tricky. There are lots of reasons why you may get an error saying that the registration has failed, but some of the most common ones are your page settings and lighting. I often have to place a desk light to shine directly onto the blade area of the silhouette machine for it to actually scan the registration marks. So there's a good tip, I think. And sometimes things are just very unpredictable with the registration marks, and it can really be trial and error. I've had it happen many times that I successfully do one file and I do the exact same thing with the exact same file in the exact same way right after, and it won't work. And suddenly I have to line my paper up in a different way, even though it just did it correctly when the paper was lined up another way. Or I keep trying without changing anything and it doesn't work like 4 times, and the 5th time I press retry, all of a sudden it works, even though I didn't change anything. Just thought I'd let you know that can happen and to just encourage you to keep trying. There we go, all of the stickers have been cut. Let's use some in our planner right away. This page was a sticker page with stickers I'm only going to be using once. So I have a lot of stickers that are just meant as decoration, but also for things that only happen once. For example, I have my COVID booster next week, so I have 2 stickers for that. I also have sticker pages that I made last year and that I use over and over. Those are for daily and weekly tasks like grocery shopping, exercise, filming, etc. You can also easily remove the stickers without damaging your paper and put them somewhere else if your plans change, which is great. So I absolutely love making and using my own stickers in my planner. It is a little bit time consuming, but I do think it's worth it in the end. I would love to know if you use stickers in your planner, and if you do you also make your own, or have you ever tried it, or do you want to try it? And if so, what type of stickers would you make, or do you make? Because maybe you would like to make things that are very different from the ones I make. Do you use your own artwork, for example, which is something I would like to do in the future, but you know, for now I'm just doing it this way because it's quicker. Also, in the comment section of the previous video, I noticed that quite a few of you have also bought the same planner or a similar Law of Attraction life planner, and I'm very curious to see how you're getting on, because I saw that some of you are new to it as well, just like I am. And so I would love to know how you're getting on. So let me know, because I would love to hear. I wish we could all show each other pictures of how we're getting on in the planner and what it looks like for different people, because I think that would be so fun. Maybe we could do that on Twitter or something. If you're on Twitter, you know, I'm Crafty Renate everywhere. Also, I might do a few updates in my Instagram stories about how I'm using the planner and what it's looking like. But I do think at the end of the year I'm gonna do a little flip through just to show you what I did with it. Then I can already plan that video at the end of this planner, that I'm gonna be doing this video about this planner. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Okay, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with my next video. Again, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon. Bye! Crafty Renate. Renate here from Crafty Renate. Bovenop, maar allee. Wat schatjes. Oh. Oké. Hi. Allee, zeg. First, let me start. Awesome. Ja, ik ga opnieuw beginnen, want